Fine. So today we are going to have some more concept on the all the type of access modifiers. Like in Java there are four type of access modifiers. As you can see on my screen, I have designed variables and methods. So access modifiers can be put against variables and methods, and for class like I will also explain for class which are the access modifiers are being allowed. But first we are going to see some kind of example. So this class is a separate class which is not containing main method. You can see there is no main method. So this is just a design purpose. What I did, I have just designed this class, and in my design part I have taken four variables, and the type of variables are, you can see the variable name is like that, and the type of variable and access modifiers are put against it. So it is public, so public is available outside the class. Default is available inside the package. Outside the class it is available, but inside the package. So already I explained you, in a project there could be multiple package. So this is one package, this is one package, this is one package, this is one package. So in a project there can be multiple package, and in a package there can be multiple classes. So whatever you are defining as default, that will be available only within the package. So private, that is available only inside the class. Again I repeat, private is available only inside the class, and protected is available outside the package but into the subclasses. So as of now, when you will have the concept of inheritance, so at that time you are going to have the concept of protected. But first we will see for the package level how it is going to act, and when you will have the concept of inheritance, at that time also I will explain all these topics in advanced level. So you can see I have designed four variables and I have designed four methods as well. Like this is method 1, M1, this is M2, and this is M3, and this is M4. And this M1 is private access modifiers and return type is void. M2 is public access modifier and return type is void. Return type of void means you cannot return anything via this method. Protected void M3, like it is the protected method, name is M3 and return type is void. So you can see this, the design part is being completed, and this is the default, you can say default method. This is protected method, this is public method, and this is private method. So I want to show you something, like this is the method. Method can call any method. So via M2 I am calling the method M1. So if the method is the member of same class, like M1 is the member of same class, M2 is the member of same class, so in that case it can directly be called. No object instantiation is required inside the class. You can directly call that method. Why it did so? Because it is the private one. So private method cannot be called outside the class, but whatever the code if you want to run, say that I have designed one private method and I have written some code and I want to run the code. To run the code, you need to call this method via any method you can call it. So I have called this method via this, and this is the calling syntax. You can see only method name is required and whatever parenthesis is there and semicolon. So you can see this is the calling of method. Calling of method method. Now suppose that I want to use this concept somewhere. So how I am going to do that? Say that this is the package name, you can see the package name. It is present in this So what I'll go to do, I just creating new class. Demo access modifiers, and suppose that I am taking one main method. Fine. Removing this line of code, not required. Say that I want to use it. So what I'll do, first I will create one object of this. The class name is demo111. Obj is equal to new now via obj dot. You can check what are the things available. You have created one object of that design into this class. Fine. So you can check x1, x2 and x4 are available. x3 is not available. Go and check here why it is not available. So x3, why it is not available? Because it is private. Again coming to this part, just wanted to show you like what the other things are available. x1, x2, x4. All three variables are available, and method m2, m3 and m4 are available, and m1 is not available. Go and check what is m1. M1 is
method.
Sorry?
Hi Rajiv, private method can be called within that class only, not outside that class, right?
Yeah. The method of the same class can access any private members. Say that this is private variable and you want to print the value of this private variable. So what you can do, you can use this private variable inside any method of the same class. Fine. Say that I have taken one like x3 as private and I want to print the value of x3. So via any of the method, like all four methods can access private variables. Fine. And these methods can be called outside the class. So you are indirectly accessing these variables via these methods. Got the point? So this is the basic concept, implementation concept, like how you are going to access the private member of class. So to access any private member of class, one should access other non-private members of the class. So via non-private member, you can access the private members of the class. Getting my point? Say that you have one method that is M1. Fine. So this is private method. But if you want to access this method outside the class, so directly it cannot be called because that is not available. But what I did, I have called this method into this method. So this is called calling of the method. Same class member can access any member of the class. So I am accessing M1 via M2. When I will call M2, it will automatically call M1. I'm going to show that, say that I will only use M2 to show this concept. Obj dot M2. M2 is available now. You can see symbols are coming. Like if it is M2, a green symbol, it is public. If it is like a yellow symbol, it is protected, it is default. Fine. You can see over here, M4 is default and M3 is protected. So you can find with the symbol. The colors are different, so via that you can differentiate. M3 is protected and M4 is default. Fine. So you can go and like check the symbols how it is coming. So that is advanced level concept, but to access M1 you need to call M2, and if you will run this you can check what is going to happen. You can see M1 is called, M2 is called. Fine. And if you will go and check what is happening behind, so I am calling M2, it is going to call M1, and again it is printing the value M2. Fine. So if M1 will be called, so this line of code is going to run. So that's why I am getting M1 and M2 in the output. Fine. So this was like basic concept, and we can use in this way. And one more concept is like in the different package, how it is going to work. So that also you can check.
Yeah, Rajiv, I have one question regarding private methods. What?
Fine.
No, sorry, sorry. It's about protected method, not private. Private, I understand the private, but what about the protected method?
So protected method is available outside the package.
Okay.
That's the basic difference between default and protected. Default is not available outside the package, but protected members of the class are available outside the package. Fine. So that you will.
What is the role of protected method? What is the role of protected method?
That's what I'm telling now. Protected, it means that can be inherited. That
Okay.
can be inherited in different packages. Outside the package, it can be inherited. That's
Okay.
the advanced level concept. When I will give you the concept of inheritance, then only you can understand that what is inheritance, which member of the parent class is going to available into the child class. So that's why as of now maybe you will feel difficult. Just one more concept, like what other members of that class are available outside the package. Right click,
Okay. Thank
new.
you.
Okay, welcome. Demo 999, I'm giving the name. So what I did earlier, I created one class like demo access modifier that was inside the same package. Now I am trying to create one more class but outside the package, and same thing I will do. I will try to explore like what are the things available outside the package.
Hi Raju.
Hi.
Raju, I have one basic question, one elementary question.
Mm-hmm.
Question is that you are saying class and package. So I was little bit confused. What is package? What is class? Sorry to interrupt you between the class.
Okay, fine. So basically, like you might you have missed that session, my earlier
Okay.
session, like when I begin the concept of very basic concept of Java. So in that I
Yes,
have
yes, might.
explained.
Okay.
So it would be great like you can connect with what the same in the after 10:30. That would be fine.
Okay, okay. Sure, sure,
So I
sure.
will
Okay.
explain all these terms I'm having that sessions too. If you have any doubt
Okay.
regarding any past sessions, so you can come and ask me.
Okay.
Fine.
Thank you.
So you can see guys, like this is throwing some kind of error. Why it is like that? Because this is not known to this class or this package. So that's why it is throwing error. So as of now, without inheritance, you cannot use. So I'm just wanted to show you. That's why I explained, because I know without inheritance, it won't be available. So once like inheritance concept would be done, so at that time you can go for protected concept. Otherwise, as of now, you can see default and protected would be same kind of thing in the same package. If you are taking this package, so in package, this package like protected, what are the protected members are available? And same way like default members are available. But outside the package, when you will go outside this package, I am into different package. So at that time, you will find that protected members are available outside the package and default are not. So that's why default members are called package protected members. This concept, like this is the very good concept in the interview, like default members are called package protected members. Means outside the package they are not available. Private members are not available outside the class, but default members are not available outside the package. Protected and public are available outside the package. Whatever the things you are defining as public, that is available outside the package into different packages as well. Fine. So that concept can be cleared once you are like through with you can say the concept of inheritance. So that's the advanced concept that all like I will try to cover in the next sessions and the coming sessions, like what are inheritance concept, which members of the parent class would be available for child class, like how the instantiation are done when you are using the concept of inheritance. Now coming to the some basic concept of a string class, because like that is also most important question for interview. Yesterday I took some session on string. Now again I'm going to explain some more things on the string. Say that I'm writing the string str1 equal to hello Java. Fine guys. So this is like called string literals, and it will be stored into string constant pool, and the reference variable will be created into the stack memory. If I am writing in this way, that string is a class, so every class can be instantiated str2 equal to new string and parenthesis open. I'm giving the same string, trying to explain yesterday's session in more elaborated manner. So what will happen? What is the basic difference? Just want to explain more. So I am going to take one more string class variable, and now str3. Now just changing like from hello Java to this one. Fine. So maybe in interview, like they will be giving this kind of scenario and will ask you about like what are the basic difference. So this is a string literal. It will be directly created into string constant pool, and it will be unique. What? It will be unique. It means the same type of string cannot be created in string constant pool. So what will happen? First, it will create one object in a string constant pool, and the variable like reference is created into the stack memory. And if this line of code will execute, what will happen? It will look for whether the similar object is there already in the string constant pool or not. If it is there, so this time it won't be created in a string constant pool because duplicacy is not allowed. So it will create, since you have used new operator, so new operator like it will be creating one new object into the heap memory area. Fine. And what will happen if you will execute this? So here two objects will be created. One in the string constant pool. First it will check whether this string is present in the string constant pool or not. Fine. If it is present, then it won't be created. If it is not present, a new object in a string constant pool would be created. And since you have used new string concept, so one more object would be created outside the string constant pool and inside the heap memory, and reference variable would be created in the stack memory. Fine. So to explain the basic concepts, I have taken these examples. And again, if you are trying to create, say that what will happen if I'll write this line of code. Again, to explain more, I am writing the same thing in different manner. Now again the interviewer will ask, what will happen if I will execute line number 14? You can see line number 14. Suppose that you have executed all the above 3 lines. Now you have to execute line number 14. What will happen? See guys, here, since this is similar, so in a string constant pool, because it is already present there, a new object won't be created. It means not created in the string constant pool. But outside the string constant pool, into the heap memory, like a new object will be created. This is the basic difference and basic concept of a string class. Fine. And this is the reference variable it will be pointing. If you want to check the concept, you can take the help of like double equal to operator or equals, because in string class equals method is being overridden for like it is having the implementation of equals method, has code method and compare to method. This is also interview question. What are the methods of object class are being overridden into the string class? So these 3 methods, the name you have to tell. Like one is equals method, one is like compare to method, and one is like has code method. The string is a final class in Java. About a string, I would like to say it is immutable. Immutable means once the value it created into the heap memory, string constant pool, that cannot be changed. That cannot be changed. If we'll try to like change some new variable into a new copy would be created, and that this copy would remain into the main memory, into the string constant pool. We will try to make any change, so at that time new object is created. So that like in the coming session we will try to explore all these things. So this was like basic concept of a string, and if you want to check, you can also check. Say that Shisho, I'm just trying to explore. So string have other methods too, you can check. Via dot operator you can access. One main method is like equals method. So via equals method you can check whether that is equal or not. You can pass str2 and you can see the result and try to explore. So what is happening? You can see over here equals method, it is comparing and giving you true. Fine. Because like strings are equal and you will try to compare with others. So you can also check. If you will take some example of this, try to compare, then only you can come to know that what is happening. Say that I am taking example of a string 1 to a string 3. This time I am taking comparison of str1 to str3. So str1 is hello Java and str3 is hello Java 1. So next time it is coming false. Now I am comparing string 4. So you can see like it is compared and returning the result that whether the objects are equal or not. So in this case, but if you will use the same method for class variable, So that time, like it is showing that it is not equal. Since in a string class, explicitly equals method is being designed to compare the string. So that's why it is coming. Otherwise, equals method belongs to class. I just want to show like this is one class, fine. And if I am going to create some instance, to explain that, I am just taking one example. Object, say that 1 equal to new. See, this is one reference variable, and if you will use dot operator, just see whether the equals method is present or not, and it is saying yes, it is present and it is belonging to the object class. Fine. So since object is the parent class of all the classes, but for the string class, equals method works in different way because it has been separately written for a string class. Fine. Just wanted to show like it is available with every class instance. So that's why equal method, and it is the part of object. Fine. So that's why I'm trying to explain what is the concept of equal in a string. In a string, it is going to work different. Just to show some example, like I'm taking one more example. Just wanted to explain whether it is how it is going to work. Say that for same scenario, I'm taking SYSO. Like I'm taking reference of obj1 dot equals, and now passing the argument obj2, and try to explain what would be the result, because it is also interview question, because since equals method works separately for a string class, so that's why like in interview they are going to ask, and will find they will try to find what is the basic concept of equals method. I'm going to run it and see. In last line it is coming as false. Why it is coming as false? Because equals method for class works on the, you can say, address of the memory, and for string it works in the different fashion. Fine. So in a string class, equals method works on object comparison, but equals method belong to the super class, that is object class of all the classes. Superclass object is the superclass of all the classes in Java. So that's why equals method by default available for all the class instances. So this is one class instance, this is one class instance, and it is available for all the class instances. So it works on the memory address. So for object 1 and object 2, there are two memory allocated. So if it compares the memory address, it found, oh, it is not equal. So that's why it is coming at false. Like since it is an interview question, that's why I'm explaining. Fine. Some other methods on the string I'm going to explain. Like this is str4. I'm taking mode. Say that you want to print the length. So you can, what you can do, you can simply use str4 dot length. We'll try to run it. You can see it is coming as 11. And more methods I'll see here. One by one I'll pick whatever it is required. Equals I have explained. One is like equals ignore case. Fine. Equal and equal ignore case. So I'll try to explain the equal ignore case via dot ig and equal ignore case method. So what you will have to do, you can pass the same string in different, you can say, cases. and in Selenium it is being wisely used, so that's why I'm going to explain this. The string class concept is highly required. First time I am giving in the same case and trying to check whether it is what is it is returning, like it is returning true or false. SYSO. It is not the part of Java only, but in Selenium it is also required. So try to understand this concept in a very depth. What it will do, it will compare and like case would be ignored. Just have a look on line number 32. What is coming here? It is coming true. What if I have changed the case? H. I have put one capital. Again it is coming true. And same case, if I am not using equal ignore case and just using equals. So what will happen? Just have a look. That is also required. You can check over here the result of line number 33. What is coming now? It is coming as false. So this is like important concept when you want to use in this way. Now other methods like str, I will use this show. Method like two lowercase, two uppercase. That is also good method which you can use. Something missing? No, that's fine. String type argument is not matching. Now it is fine. So some mistake were there. Oh, I have to pass some argument. Like I can pass str3. No, that's fine. It will convert directly. It doesn't accept any argument. It will convert this str4 value into uppercase. You can see the result over here. If you want to convert, same wise like one more method is there. Dot to lowercase. Now you can see if you have written something in uppercase you want to convert in lower. So these are like important methods and some advanced concept of a string I will try to cover in next session. And now I am going to move on Selenium topics. So I have other Selenium pending topics as well. What I'll try to cover, I'm going to cover like some parts of CSS selector today, like what are the dynamic CSS selector ways of finding, and again some concept of you can say screenshot, and some advanced concept of a screenshot would be like I would like to also explain if it is required, like time would be saved, then I will try to cover that as well. So I am done with Java for today. Now coming to Selenium part. For Selenium, I am having different folder like Selenium July project, like yes. So for dynamic CSS selector, I'm coming to my particular, you can say, browser, and with the help of Firebug and Firepath, I am going to try out how you are going to write advanced level of CSS selector. First, I'll try to cover the basic part of CSS selector, then I'll try to cover advanced one. One good side is like automation practice. Automation practice, PRACTIC. Automation practice is there. You can have a look on this site. Like this site is basically designed for practice of automation stuffs. Now try to inspect some element. Right click, inspect in fire path. Just change it to CSS. Now try to generate your own CSS for any web element. First, try to inspect. You can see a lot of things are coming over here and how you are going to write your own CSS. So first, like I would like to explain the syntax of CSS selector. So CSS can be written as CSS is equal to, you can also write in this way, or you can ignore this part. And first, like tag name is there, say that I have the tag name A. I want to generate CSS for this one. You can pick any element. Like there are multiple. So if you write A and just hit enter, it will, what it will do, it will select all the links. A is the tag name. First like character is the tag name. Fine. And say that if you want to use any tag name, so as per your requirement, you can pick any tag name. Say that take some example, like this is my div and I want to generate CSS selector for this particular web element. So how I am going to do that? So first name, like the tag name would be taken. So first it's like a div, and after that if it is containing ID, or try to look if it is containing ID or if it is containing like class name. So this is going to make your thing easier. If like ID is there and class name is there, so directly you can use. Here you can find like ID is there. For ID you can use hash symbol. Hash symbol and ID name is given. The value of ID is given. Say that index. Something. It is saying invalid. Might be I am doing some mistake for finding the ID, but this is the basic thing. First I am trying to generate the particular web element. Say that I am taking one example. Right click, inspect. You can see how it is coming. No, it was fine. I think it was fine. Single quotes not required. And this is the concept. Like you can see, if dot name is there, so this is the class name. So whatever the value it is present in the class name, it is coming. You can see over here. Class name is this and like tag name is this. So if you will try to generate your own XPath, you can write in this way. So the first character of first thing is tag name, and after that via dot operator you can put the class name. So class name value is this, and if you are putting hash symbol, so it is going to generate like ID. So for ID you can also generate. I'm taking some more example and trying to get the XPath. Say that I am taking this one. Right click, XPath. You can see what is coming over here and try to understand what is happening. So this is hash symbol. Hash symbol, it means it is containing ID. If you will explore now, you will find it. So first it is looking for the element which is containing the ID editorial block center. So you can find here ID is editorial block center, and after that what is it doing? A greater than symbol. Greater than symbol, it means on the same level. In the same level, go to H1. So after this element, if any, these are parallel elements, fine. So for parallel element, if you want to traverse to any particular tag, you have to just put greater the symbol and you can use the tag name. So for selecting this particular element, you can use the tag name, and via this you can go to particular web element. So this is also one concept. I'll try to auto generate and explain. After that we'll try to write our own XPath. I'm taking more elements like my account, right click, inspect in FirePath. Since I have changed here CSS, so whatever the values are coming, that is CSS selector. I'll try to also explain on Facebook too, so that we can go for automation. See here it is starting from dot. So dot is for class name, and after that again dot is coming. So it is the case of multiple classes with spaces. I'll try to find this particular element which is containing the class name. You can see this is the class name and it is coming with spaces. So for spaces in the CSS selector can only handle, and it will handle via dot operator. So first like dot operator is required. After that first class name. So first class name is given. Again you are taking the second class name. So second class name, first put the dot operator, then give the second class name. After that again a spacing is there. So it is putting here again one dot, and again this class name is taken. You can see. And after that it is saying h4. So since this has found this element and it has to traverse from this to this. So first it has to take h4. So it is taking h4, and in the next level a tag is present. Fine. So in the next level a tag is present. So it is trying to take h4, then arrow symbol or big bracket symbol, and then it is taking a. So in this way, like CSS selector is being generated. I'm taking some more examples. If it is containing some kind of ID, so that's fine. ID. I'm trying to find the inspect the element which is containing some different ID values. Also taking like Facebook example, that would be fine. So say that this is also one field. Right click, inspect in FirePath. What is coming? You can see hash symbol is coming. So hash symbol is coming, like why it is coming? Because it is ID. You can see over here. You can also write in this way. Input. So this is one way, like no single quotes is required. The first tag name is required. Then after that for ID, you can put the symbol. Fine. And for whatever the values are there for the ID, you can take the values into this way. So this is one way, and like there are others way too, which I'll try to explain for finding dynamic CSS selector. So what you can do, you can just put one big bracket, or you can say square bracket, and in that suppose that for ID it is taking email. I'm taking the example here. No @ symbol is required. Mind it, for CSS selector no @ symbol is required. Equal to, in single quotes, I'm putting the value as email. It is containing no matching nodes. I've missed something. You can see here, this is one way to write the CSS selector. You can also use the tag name in this way. Like you can, if you want, you can put the tag name input. The basic difference of XPath and CSS selector writing are like something bit different. You can have a look. In XPath we are having @ symbol for attributes. Here no @ symbol is required, and rest of the things could be same if you are going to write in this way. And XPath, like starting with like single slash or double slash, here no single slash and double slash is required. The same thing can be rewritten in this way. I'm writing the same thing in same fashion. So you can write in same way. Input hash symbol and email. So both the locator value will try to find the same element. if you will pass this value into the CSS selector, either you are going to pass this value into the CSS selector. Both will try to recognize the same web element. Fine. I'm taking this and like you're going to explain with the same thing with the some example. What I'll do, I will just copy this code. I'll come to my code where I've written some code. I will comment it, don't require, so I will comment it. Might be later I have required. So I'll write driver. You can see, have a look, like Firefox driver already created and Facebook has been launched. So I'm doing automation for Facebook. Driver.find element and by.css selector. So find guys CSS selector and in double quotes whatever the value I have written here I can pass, and like send keys, and I can pass any value like hello, just to show some kind of demo so that you can. I'm just putting comments. I don't need to close because if I will close, you will not come to know what is happening in the background. Just going to run it. Have a look. You can see over here it has find this element and written the value hello into this box. Got the point? So this is one way and I am just commenting this. Now trying to regenerate the same thing in different way. This just wanted to explain whether this is going to work or not. You can see what are the difference. The first like input is the tag name and after that hash symbol id would be there, and if dot operator is there it means it is having the class name. Fine guys, now I'm going to rerun this code. Have a look. If it will find, it will simply type that. If it will not find, it will throw no such element exception. It has found. Now we can see over here. Fine. So this like it is a good concept, and one thing I would like to explain. Suppose that you are working in Firefox, so you are having some kind of tool. Fine. So for generating CSS selector XPath you are having tool. Might be if you are using say that Chrome. I'm typing here say that google.com. Fine guys, so this is another browser, Chrome browser. If you don't have like Firefox browser and you want to like write the code, so you can take any web element and you can generate your own XPath and CSS selector in other browsers. Right click, inspect, just inspect, and again in the right side you can see element section are coming, all the elements are being shown. So for which element you want to inspect, just right click on it and go to copy. You can find two things, one is CSS selector and one is XPath. So for CSS selector, if you click here CSS selector, you can come and just have a look. It is being generated. Now I'll try to explain since it is very lengthy. You might be like getting, oh, why it is coming so long? How we will going to recognize? So don't panic. I'm going to explain that. Why it is coming like that? First, let me rearrange so that I can explain you. So first, it is taking the element which is having the ID of GBW. Just try to explore. ID is GBW. It is starting from here. Fine. And after that, it is looking for div. So after div, this element, it is looking for div. So it has come to div, this one. Fine. And after that, you can see again div is curve. So it is with the greater arrow symbol. So it is like traversing. You can say one by one. Level is changing. You can see level is changing. So for every level, it is using a greater than symbol. Fine, guys. So again, it is coming to this level. Now what it is trying? It is trying to use the dot operator, div dot gv underscore 9b. You can have a look. gv underscore iv is there, 9b is there, no? Yeah, this element, you can see over this element. It is trying to identify this element, and since the class is having a spaces in its name, so it is using dot operator. Getting my point? It is using dot operator, and for every like a spaces, it will be using dot operator. You can see here dot operator, dot 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 dot, and last is bz, gv dot bz. You can have a look. It is identifying all the elements and adding. A long name is being added via dot operator. So all the space in the classes are like is replaced via dot operator. And after that, this line of code, I would like to explain this line of code. This is most important. So div and a colon symbol is also required. You can like have a look. A colon symbol. Colon symbol means for same level, if you are having multiple elements, for same level, if you are having multiple elements, so you can use this dot double colon symbol, and nth child 2, it means second child. In nth child 2, it means second child. So you can have a look. For this div, we are having two. For this div, we are having two div inside it, and I want to move in this div. So via this div colon nth child and bracket 2, it means come to this and look for the second child. So this is parent and these are two childs. I want to go to the second child. So that's why I am using div colon nth hyphen child, and in bracket I have to provide the number for which child I want to traverse. So I am putting here 2. So it is speaking number second child. And again I want this child and I want the child of this child. So this is the A and I am using greater than symbol and coming to A. Fine. So this is the way to generate the CSS selector. And some advanced concept of CSS selector are also required that I am going to cover right now. Just have a look. So this was like concept. I have tried to explain that. So now guys, if you are using in this way, you can use three symbols. One is like dollar symbol, one is like star symbol, and one is like caret symbol. So caret symbol is for like start with, asterisk symbol is like for contents in the XPath, whatever the contents you are using in the XPath, and dollar symbol here stands for ends with. So you can have a look and which kind of locator can be applied for a particular web element. So it depends like which kind of locator you want to use for the particular element. I'm going to use one caret symbol. You can use in this way. It means ID starts with email. What will happen? It will not look for exact word. It will try to look for the word which is containing the ID field with starting with EM. You can have a look. I can try to find another element. Say that I want to find this element. Fine. So what I will do, I will try to change the ID. I just change the ID and remove some of the characters and trying to find how whether it is applicable or not. So you can see over it is coming 11 matching nodes. So this is not applicable for finding this particular unique element. So I will have to think in another way. Fine. So you can have different type of symbols over here. One is like caret. Caret basically works for starts for. So it will look whether a particular element which is having the attribute ID and the value should starts from this character what I have provided. For say that I am taking one more example for the same. Say that it is email. Fine. So I am trying this again for email. Now I am changing the ID at star. And I will remove one character from the front and I will remove one character from the last. Now it is trying to find a particular ID which is containing MA inside it. It will not look for start with, it will not look for end with, it will just look for the ID field, all the ID field, not all the ID field, all the input tag ID field. It will look for all the input tag ID field which is containing like MA inside the values. This is called attribute, this is called values. So values for MA it is going to find, and you can see over here MA. So I think this is good concept. I can use, I will have to think whether I can use it or not. So yes, I can use for finding this particular unique element. Fine. Now again one more symbol is there, that is dollar symbol. Dollar symbol is basically working for ends with. So you have to provide the ends character. Like MAIL would be given, and you can remove the first characters. So what it will try to look, it will try to look for the particular IDs of input tags which is ending with AIL. So in this way you can find the dynamic elements. Fine. I'm trying to use this locator and trying to like run my script in the same way so that you can come to know. I'm just putting it here. Again I'm copying it. And I am putting this value inside this. And I am commenting this. Now I am finding the same web element via CSS selector which is containing the ID field ending with AIL. The first one was exact, this one was another way how to use it, and this is the third way. Like suppose that every time you are finding it is coming something different and MAIL is common. So in this case you can going to use. The challenging task is finding the element. If you are able to find the element, then you can definitely use, no problem. So XPath is a good tool to analyze, like to design, or you can say to understand the concept of XPath and CSS selector both. See guys, you can see over here it is successfully found the element and it has printed the value hello inside this box. So this was like I was planning to take a screenshot session as well, but due to time crisis, I will take that session later on, or I will record that session and I will put that, because today my target was to give you the concept of a screenshot. So what I'll do, I will record it later and I will like share it in the repository, and you can have the look. If any difficulty or any misunderstanding or not proper understanding on any particular topic, you can get back to me anytime. Thank you guys. Thank you for the session of today. Fine. Now if anyone has any question, he can ask me.
Thank you. No questions.